بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Today the biggest issue in the world is Islam. Almost every day, or since last 200 years, almost every day there is a book written against Islam. The news channels today, the BBC, CNN, Fox News, or all the other big channels, and most of those news channels are owned by the Yahudis, by the Jews. And their number one challenge, their number one mission is to destroy the image of Islam. But you can see today, they are killing our brothers in Palestine and they kick them out from their land unjustly. And still they are saying that the Muslims are criminals, the Muslims are bad people, Muslims are evildoers, the Muslims are terrorists. If somebody is accusing you for a crime, and if you keep quiet, it means you are accepting their accusations. But if you speak and you say, no, we are not killers, we are not evildoers, we are not the bad people, we care for life, we preserve the life, we help people, we are kind with the people, we feed people, we should speak, then we can deny their accusations. But if you are not going to speak against those allegations, then we are betraying Islam and Muslims. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. وقال الله تعالى: والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون. وإذا أخذنا ميثاق بني إسرائيل لا تعبدون إلا الله وبالوالدين إحسانا وذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وقولوا للناس حسنا وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة ثم توليتم إلا قليلا منكم وأنتم معرضون. وإذا أخذنا ميثاقكم لا تسفكون دماءكم ولا تخرجون أنفسكم من دياركم ثم أقررتم وأنتم تشهدون ثم أنتم هؤلاء تقتلون أنفسكم وتخرجون فريقا منكم من ديارهم تظاهرون عليه بالإثم والعدوان وإن يأتكم مثارى تفادوه وهو محرم عليكم إخراجهم فتؤمنون ببعض الكتاب وتكفرون ببعض فما جزاء من يفعل ذلك منكم إلا خزي في الحياة الدنيا ويوم القيامة يردون إلى أشد العذاب وما الله بغافل عما تعملون. أولئك الذين نشروا الحياة الدنيا بالآخرة فلا يخفف عنهم العذاب ولا هم ينصرون. Today we can see every day and every night, any part of the world, whenever you open the television, looking for the news, and almost every time of your life, you will see the propaganda against the Muslims, the propaganda against Islam. Today the biggest issue in the world is Islam. For last several hundred years, for last 200 years, There have been written the books. Almost every day one book is written against Islam. Almost every day. For since last 200 years, almost every day there is a book written against Islam. Every day. The news channels today, the BBC, CNN, Fox News, or all the other big channels, and most of those news channels are owned by the Yahudis, by the Jews. And their number one challenge, their number one mission is to destroy the image of Islam. And those people are Bani Israel. And I read here that Allah was given them the commandments given to the Bani Israel, and they failed in those commandments. They were commanded to worship only one God, but they failed. They were commanded to be kind with the parents. They failed. They were commanded to be talk with people nice to the people, kind to the people, but they failed. They were commanded not to kill and not to expel the people from their lands. But you can see today, they are killing our brothers in Palestine and they kick them out from their lands unjustly. And still they are saying that the Muslims are criminals. The Muslims are bad people. Muslims are evildoers. The Muslims are terrorists. Muslims, they don't care for the life. They kill the human life. What should we do? If we keep silent, if we don't speak, it means we are accepting their allegations. If we just keep silent, the silence is a betrayal. If somebody is accusing you for a crime, and if you keep quiet, it means you are accepting their accusations. But if you speak and you say, no, we are not killers, we are not evildoers, we are not the bad people, we care for life, we preserve the life, we help people, we are kind with the people, we feed people, we should speak, then we can deny their accusations. But if you are not going to speak against those allegations, then we are betraying Islam and Muslims. The biggest challenge for us today in the world is to speak against the accusations against us. You can check the mentality of the people today, even in the Philippines, what they think about Muslims. They think about Muslims are bad people. They are killers, they are kidnappers, they are abusers. And that's our job now. If we are Muslims and we are the followers of Islam, we should speak out. We show our best character to them. We speak to them and tell them that don't believe in media. That's all wrong. If ever there are some Muslims, very limited Muslims, if they are doing wrong, we condemn them. We reject their practice. In Islam, it's not allowed, whatever they are doing. But most of the cases, the media is telling a lie. Every time you open the news, and you will hear something against Islam. All around the world. And why the media has to do this? Because the media is run by the enemies of Islam. And those enemies of Islam, they are afraid with Islam because Islam is growing very fast. Islam is the fastest growing religion, the system, the deen in the world today. The fastest. Every year, millions of people are accepting Islam all around the world. Millions of people accepting Islam every year in the world today. Without the missionaries, Muslim missionaries working, without any Muslim missionaries. Only individual people are working for Islam. Like in the case of the Philippines, we have some individual people are working for Islam, and there are lots of workers coming back from the Middle East, and they learn the Islam there, and they are propagating Islam in the Philippines. And Islam is growing. You can go all around the Philippines, every community you go, you will find the Balik Islam there. And there's the same thing all around the world today. So why the enemies of Islam are accusing Islam as a terrorist, as an evildoer? Because they want to people fear about Islam. They want the non-Muslims to go away from Islam. Don't think of Islam. So we should clarify. For example, the laws in the world today. The laws in the world today, for example, what is one of the biggest crime in any part of the world? The biggest crime in the world today for any law is to kill a human being. And we Muslims, we are not allowed to kill. There are many countries in the world today where they are allowed to kill the human babies, the children, the small child coming from the womb, and they say that is allowed to kill. And they called it a sophisticated word, abortion. But in Islam, that's not allowed. Bawal sa Islam. We are not allowed to kill babies. But they are allowed to kill babies. And they tell Muslims are killers. We are not allowed to make abortion. But they allow abortion. In America, that's allowed. In China, that's allowed. In Thailand, that's allowed. In Europe, that's allowed. They're allowing. They are giving rights to the parents to kill their own children from the womb of the mothers. But we Muslims, we say, no, that's bawal. That's haram. That's prohibited. The Allah said in the Quran, the killing of anyone, any human life, unless for the retaliation of the murder, or either he is making mischief of the life. Other than these two reasons, if you kill any human being, as if you kill whole mankind. Retaliation of the murder, but it's through the law. It's through the court of Islam. And the mischief maker, he should be that penalty. Who is a mischief maker? For example, the rapist. A man going and rape a woman, he should put to death, according to the law of Islam. A person who is making a trouble in the world, making mischief, according to the law of Islam, he should put on the death. But other than that, if you kill any human being, Allah said in the Quran, as if you killed whole mankind. And if you save the life of one human being, as if you saved the life of whole mankind. Islam is very clear. Kidnapping is not allowed in Islam. Kidnap for ransom is not allowed in Islam. Cheating is not allowed in Islam. Lying, sinungaling, not allowed in Islam. Bawal. Taking the riba, which all the governments in the world, they allowed to take riba. What is the riba? Injustice. Madaya. Abusing. Patong sa pera. Bawal sa Islam. But they allow it. The banks, they give you loan. They say, buy the house. Buy the house. Buy the car. And after you cannot pay, and most of the time you cannot pay, they will come and they will kick you out from your house, and they will let you sleep in the street. A week ago I was reading the news in America, and they called it the best government in the world. In America, in USA, 105 years old woman, a black woman, 105 years old. She was thrown out from the house. The sheriff came from the court, and he put out all the things of the woman, and she's in the street, 105 years old woman, thrown out from the house in USA. Why? Because she cannot pay to the bank. She cannot pay the installment. But we say in Islam, that's not allowed. That's not allowed to throw a woman outside the house. 105 years old women were thrown outside the house in USA. Just a week or 2 weeks ago. But in Islam, that's not allowed. The government, they opened the gambling casinos. They let people to play and bankrupt. But that's not allowed in Islam. The gambling is not allowed in Islam. The governments are allowing to go and drink as you wish. And after that you can kill, you can rape, you can make accidents, you can make abusing, anything you can do. But government allow you to drink. But Islam says no drinking, no alcohol. The Islam is the solution. But only the problem is the presenting. The Muslims are not representing the Islam as they're supposed to do. If we represent the Islam, the people can shut their mouth and they cannot speak against Islam anything. The problem is ourselves. We are the problem. We are not speaking. The Muslims, many of the Muslims are coward. They don't speak about the truth. They think if they speak the truth, there is a problem. There is no problem to speak the truth. You can go to any government in the world today. Either it is the US government, or European government, or Canadian government, or Philippine government, or Thailand government, or any government in the world, and go and present Islam. Tell that's the problem, that's the solution for the problem. That's not the problem. Islam is not the problem. Islam is the solution for all the problems. That's the solution of all the problem of the world today. The government is allowing all the bad things, which is making more problem. They allow abortion. They allowed the illegal sexual intercourse. The men and women can live together without marriage. And they can live, they can be separated, and they can leave the children to suffer. No protection for the children because no marriages. They allow the gambling so people can get bankrupt. They allow the drinking so there will be more and more mischief on the earth. And they allow the riba so people can abuse other people. But Islam rejects all this. If you present Islam to any human being in the world, and if he is a normal human being, if he is not abnormal, he will say, yes, that's the right way. And they will accept it. It's only us to bring the Islam and present the Islam to the people in a right way, in an explained way. And the people will accept it, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that those who believe and do the righteous deeds, they will be the people of paradise, and they will live there forever. And we take the covenant to the children of Israel that they will not worship anyone beside Allah. And they will be kind with the parents, and to the relatives, and to the orphans, and to the poor. And they will speak to the people kind. And they will establish the salah and give the zakat. But most of them, they turn away for what they were, make the covenant. And when we take the covenant from them, that they will not bloodshed, and they will not kick out the people of the land from their land. And after they agreed, they turn away. They agreed and they were testified. But most of them, they started to killing their own people, and they kicked them out from their land. So they were failed, and now they are accusing Muslims.